All right, we got our work-life coffee in. The dogs, we let the dogs out and actually did really good this time. We just didn't film it, of course.
What's up with my shirt? We trying to tell them something?
No.
It might have happened.
No.
Hey.
We got a long journey.
Well, this
so we gotta take this side by side.
This is only part of it.
We made it. Made it.
2 seconds later.
Good morning. Nimble, your horns are looking big.
They're all in there.
See why they're distracted. Feed them, but yeah, still all in there.
They were flying out yesterday, eh?
Yeah, but they know where home is.
Yeah.
Now what?
I'm gonna use my dad's strength to hopefully knock in the rest of these freaking thing. I found some gloves and some
how your hands?
Oh, they're blistered up a little bit, but you know.
And
my hands look like this, so yours can look like that.
Dirty too.
Nah, you bruised up, girl.
I can say it.
You got.
If you watched yesterday's video, my fall, my booty is just bruised.
Yeah.
I felt hard.
For me?
Yeah, baby.
So I had this from my chainsaw 50 to 1. I don't remember if that's supposed to be 40 to 1.
It's 50 to 1.
Oh, then perfect.
You know how I know that?
You looked?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try welding gloves.
So you never see Jason with gloves?
No, but my hands be blistered. Talked to the neighbors yesterday about all this. They're totally cool with what we did, pushing the line over. At this point, the video hasn't gone out yet, so I'm sure people are complaining that we shouldn't move the dirt. But we talked to them. They're good. We're good with everything. They offered to help even pay for part of this fencing, because that was the original thing, was they were going to do fencing and then we were going to do fencing. So they're going to start after ours and then go to the creek and then over, and then we're going to go eventually from there out. So we're still getting some fencing done, technically for free in that spot, if you want to call it that. So we're doing part of the fence, they're doing a little bit, and then we'll do more later. But I think that back there is going to be a while from now.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to try to come back and then get all this in. But
yeah, we need to keep our dogs in.
Yeah, and we have a whole dilemma with the building. So with the time right now, we're trying to utilize it the best. That's why we waited on fencing. We're trying to build. But since we're dealing with that, we're going to deal with this. All right, so huge tip. If you worked on this the day before, you took a break, always go back and check your whole line. So down there, a stick was holding it out, and if I would have just started driving them in, this whole side would be completely off compared to that side. So always check your string line over and over and over. Save you big time.
Last one?
Yeah, and then we gotta do all those. But at least they're already in the ground. Oh, good workout in the morning, that's for sure.
The trick is to do it before it gets way too hot too.
What you gotta do about 7:30 in the morning, as soon as the sun comes up. I'm already sweating. It's probably what, 9 o'clock?
Yeah. All right, while Jason is finishing up this last little stretch, the ones that we got in yesterday, but just not all the way. I don't really show this part of the property. We never really come down here all that much, honestly. But with the fall, the changing of the colors and everything, it is very pretty. Now, I don't know if camera does justice, but what is better than fall? All of the colors is just gorgeous. I love it. Also, another one of my favorite things is when you're just kind of walking the property with the dogs. It's so cute, so fun. They're so happy, and that makes me so happy. Yeah, I can't wait to utilize this part of the property. It's just so pretty, and the animals would love it so much. So someday they'll be out here.
So I got all of them minus one. I kept moving it and moving it and moving. It's just solid rock. Even like this, I couldn't go any deeper. So it's like half an inch up compared to some, like that one. It got harder to do. This one is out. And then right here, you can just tell. I mean, I tried right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. It's just, when you hit and the whole ground vibrates around, that's a big rock. It's like when we did that. When we talked to neighbors yesterday as well, I told them, because we were trying to figure out where he would start and all that. I said, well, we already got here. If you want to connect to that, all I'm saying is it's not deep in the ground. Barbed wire would be fine, you're pulling down low, but it is not as deep in the ground as we'd like. We hit solid rock, we tried to jackhammer all that. So, I don't know, it'll work, but all in this area, I mean, it's just rock everywhere.
So, we got the line.
Yeah.
We got the cute boys. You think we're ready to stretch?
We gotta check this concrete. I mean, look, just straight rock. It's still wet on top. It does feel solid, which is good. I think at the end of the day, this will be enough to pull fence and all that and be fine. But right now, with it still being wet, I would love to see it actually dry, because we've done it before. If you do it too early, you start getting all your cracks. And once it's cracking, it's not good. So 300 feet of fence, T-post, corner, will give us a good extra pin eventually when we kind of divide this section, and then it'll go in. I don't know what all you talked about going over there. Did you talk about anything we're potentially doing? What we're trying to see, we're at the measure, so we know from here to that corner is 300 feet. Then from that corner to the front, I don't fully remember. I want to say our whole property is like 1,100. So I don't think this is 600. I think up there we did 180 to 200. Maybe. Sounds about right. Because I think we did 120 this way. I could be wrong, but so we have to see, and actually I see the junk pile. I think it'll be right where the carport's laid over. I think that's where, if we went straight across, which right after that is where the creek starts, because the creek runs on that side closer, on this side a little further, so it goes at an angle. So this would get us right in front of over there, which,
that's a good,
because from here to where we're gonna have our backyard fence is plenty. And Jeremy started digging that pond, and it still has a little bit of water. I don't know if you showed that.
No, so this will be a good extra pin.
Yes.
It's like perfect for this, gives them a little bit more room for now.
Yes.
Before having to tackle the beast of going through the creek.
And the whole thing is right now, we can't get them out of that pin to allow it to grow up. So once we have all our spots, even this one and that one, you leave them in this one until that one's grown up, then you throw them back, and as this is growing up, you throw them back, and then you throw them back, and you throw them back. You make it to where there's always vegetation. And so we also have an idea. If you guys are watching Paragon Ridge Ranch, you know that they are looking at shipping containers, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, Chrissy came up with a genius idea.
Oh, it is genius.
And I told her, if you don't do it, I'm stealing it. And so they're doing it, and we're going to help them. But I think we're going to take that idea as well. And once you figure out theirs, you'll know what we're doing. But we have a lot of trees to clear, because we're going to do it in this spot. All right, so what I was talking about, the pond, clearly we didn't dig it as a pond. We were just seeing. It's been forever.
There you go. Get you some spicy water.
They love spicy water. It's been forever since it's had rain, but all of it comes this way. So that's kind of where
it holds.
Yeah, it
so
holds
good.
Great. So I don't think it'd be a problem at all. But right over here,
it actually seems like a lifetime ago when we did this.
Remember when we couldn't even get these in the ground?
Yeah.
It's like this one's all bowed. It just happens when you put wooden posts in the ground. But we still have all these posts in the ground, which we could do a fence. So if we have animals in this whole pen over here, if say we get a new cow, a new pig, this could be the holding spot for them to make sure they're good before letting them out their body. But we saw the structure, the animals just kind of, I guess it was probably the pigs that did damage to it. So we're gonna have to revisit this, but it all held up great. Stuff's growing back.
So the fence though will go past this.
Yeah.
So they'll have this pen and they'll have a shelter.
Yeah. But the pigs were bumping against it and with their teeth and all sorts of stuff. So they ripped it all apart because we didn't have goats in here. And then the other side, I think,
we did for a second, but
yeah, I think the other side's even worse. But they wallered up in there, made it their own.
Yeah, we just used the material.
Yeah, this side they busted a hole.
Yeah, yeah. We just used what we had.
Yeah.
And
so I think what we would do, we have metal, pull all these battens off, and then just line it with metal. And this would be the backing of it, which would be fine. So the inside, they won't mess up the metal, but the outside would be better. And then I don't think we would have pigs over here anyways.
yeah.
We have an idea for pigs, I think. But it would give them this spot to have a holding area, and we already have.
And I don't know if you guys see that H-brace right there.
Yeah.
That's where our backyard will end.
Yeah. So almost where those T-posts are at. It'll go a little more that way, but pretty close. Not this T-post, those over there.
So they'll have a whole penned in area from the barn, kind of like an L over here.
To here, all the way to the creek and back, which is, it's more than they got now.
Yeah.
So they would have that. They would have 2 of those until we can get the back. And then the back, we're all just going to do one big all the way. It's just the creek kind of throws it in a weird thing. But this was someday. This was the first pen. And we said, someday we'll have an area for these animals. And someday we'll have it all done. And someday we'll have a house. And someday we'll have all this. And that's literally...
That was a year ago.
That was a year ago. And so, I guess if anybody gets anything out of this, it don't happen overnight. There's a lot of people that brag about building their own house and building their own property. But honestly, all they're doing is hiring it out. And for us, to each their own, I don't care what people do. But when we say we build it, we did it, we actually did it, and we actually did it all. And it takes a lot longer for 2 people. You got a nurse, and you have a YouTuber, and luckily I'm here every day, but you're not. So sometimes it's a one-man crew, sometimes it's 2, and we're just learning as we go. So all I can say is if we could do it, anybody could do it. If you put your mind to it.
True. But yeah, again, and that's why it's called Someday Ranch.
Someday Ranch, because someday we might have a ranch.
You just know something.
All right, so observation. A lot of people get mad at us for cutting our trees down, and they're like, why would you buy all these trees, this wooded place, and then cut them all out? So I want you to look around, and everything is dead minus clearly a cedar because they're green year round. So everything is already dying, it's falling off, it's falling off. Now we'll go to the front where we cleared and gave them room and look at it. All right, so as you can tell, everything up here, not all of it, a lot of it is still green. And then you turn around this way and it's fall and spring. So when you open it up and give it room to breathe and it's not fighting over everything, it'll stay green longer. It has more room to flourish and do everything. And then you turn that way and you could tell all the trees are already dying off. So
that's crazy.
It just shows, don't be upset with us for doing what we're doing. We're doing it for a reason, and we need grass for our animals. So we are thinning them out, and when you have too many of these little trees in here, they'll never grow to potential, and then unfortunately they'll die off. So what we're doing is the best thing, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to have our big mature trees grow really nice, and then any of the other ones make it to where they'll like have room to grow, and then they're doing better. I could be wrong, but with observation, you got it where it's thinned out and green, overgrown and dead. So y'all do the math.
Okay, so number 1, disregard the mess. But number 2, if you watched the video yesterday, we grilled up some ribs, got some Payne County stuff, which we actually have a promo code for y'all. If you wait.
You already messed up.
Wait.
Don't show this.
Oh. Y'all almost got a sneak peek of the house build.
So from now till next Tuesday, I don't know what date that is. Today is the 24th. Promo code Crockers, with an S, Crockers. You get a free can of rust with every order. So you'd add a can of rust to your cart and then just enter promo code Crockers at checkout.
I made the best seasoning. Do the onion bomb, with every meal we have to have that. It's so good.
Yeah.
And on the ribs, so good. I mean, just with everything.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. So we're about to eat some of the leftover ribs.
Yeah.
And some pickles.
Oh yeah.
All right. So the next thing on the list of things to do today is we're gonna take that bad boy off.
It's been long enough.
It's been since we got the shirt in Colorado.
Yeah.
What a coinky dink.
Well, we want this off because we got a different one.
Oh.
And we have a different setup. You guys know the other 4Runner.
Same brand.
Yes.
We need to do a video on this.
Yeah, but it was so good we bought one.
Yeah.
And we have a whole nother project we've been working on. None of it's been priority. So we gotta take this off. You don't need to be driving this around with it on.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. But we gotta take it off in a way that we didn't put it on because it was so hard to put on. It's even harder to get off.
Yeah. It was hard to put on because of this. The rack is not meant for it.
No, but we made it work.
What do you think, Lo? You gonna tell the people about it?
I'm gonna need your help.
Yeah. So the problem with this is it's real heavy, so we'll see how this goes.
I need to close that door.
From this angle?
Your way, back up. We're going down the ground.
Nice.
Away from the car. Hey, look at my trailer. Just stop.
Going down. All right, got it. And when I say that thing's heavy, it's pretty heavy. We just put it over here for now. How heavy do you think that is?
About 150.
Feels a lot more than that.
Well, it's in a weird shape.